Tonight, several breaking stories as we come on the air. Millions feeling an earthquake in California just minutes after an earlier quake in Hawaii. A deadly plane crash on a busy highway during rush hour, and President Biden unleashing his fury over the special counsel's scathing report. First, those back-to-back earthquakes in California and Hawaii. Millions of people feeling an earthquake centered in Malibu. The quake felt throughout the Los Angeles area. And minutes earlier, a 5.7 quake hit just off the Big Island, followed by several aftershocks. Late details just coming in. Matt Gutman in California. Also tonight, the harrowing images in Florida, a private passenger jet coming down on I-75, hitting a vehicle on the ground, bursting into flames.
We're not going to make the runway. We've lost both engines.
The pilot reporting losing both engines before going down, at least 2 people killed. Victor Oquendo standing by. President Biden furious over questions raised about his age and memory in the special counsel's report, clearing him of criminal wrongdoing over his handling of classified documents. The president insisting his memory is fine. The White House today trying to control the damage over what is already a campaign issue. Mary Brice at the White House. Here in New York City, late word on the search for a teenager accused of shooting a tourist inside a store in Times Square. Authorities identifying the alleged shooter, a 15-year-old from Venezuela dressed all in white. Aaron Katursky with new reporting. Tracking a new winter storm taking aim at the Northeast. 9 states under alerts for heavy snow from Montana to Texas. A confirmed EF2 tornado touching down in Wisconsin. Winds possibly up to 135 miles per hour. Dozens of homes and buildings damaged or destroyed. The record heat and the big change on the way. Rob Marciano timing it out. The Israel-Hamas war. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu now ordering the evacuation of civilians from Rafah, where more than 1 million people have fled for shelter. President Biden calling Israel's actions in Gaza over the top. James Longman in Israel. And counting down to Super Bowl Sunday in Las Vegas, the 49ers versus the Chiefs, the most expensive Super Bowl in history.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. It's great to have you with us as we come on the air in the West. I'm Whit Johnson in for David. We have several breaking stories at this hour, a deadly plane crash on a Florida highway, and an angry President Biden pushing back on that scathing special counsel report over his handling of classified documents. But we begin tonight with 2 earthquakes hitting California and Hawaii. In California, a magnitude 4.6 quake hitting near Malibu. The quake felt by millions of people in the Los Angeles area. Just minutes earlier, a magnitude 5.7 quake hitting just south of the Big Island. Reports of aftershocks following. ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman leading us off in Los Angeles tonight.
Tonight, damage assessments underway after Southern California was rattled by a 4.6 magnitude earthquake.
An earthquake has been felt in LA County.
Our station, KABC, broadcasting live when it struck.
It's in Ventura County, Orange County, LA County. All of them have felt it.
The epicenter, just northwest of Malibu. The shaking likely felt by millions of people, says seismologist Dr. Lucy Jones.
I felt it here in Pasadena. It's felt widely across the LA area. It's about halfway between Malibu and Thousand Oaks, so under the what are called the Santa Monica Mountains.
We do have reports of a couple of aftershocks, one of 3.0 northwest of Malibu, a 2.7 that is west-northwest of Malibu.
Well, it definitely moved a lot around here.
The California quake coming on the heels of a 5.7 quake that hit the Big Island of Hawaii. Reporter Jeremy Lee from our station KITV is near the epicenter.
It was felt all over the island. Not only that, but also on other islands. Reports of the earthquake felt on Maui, on Oahu.
That quake also followed by multiple aftershocks. What scientists say, it's important to note that there is no connection between the quakes in Hawaii and here in Southern California. The same scientists say, however, that we should expect aftershocks in the coming days. No damage expected, especially here in Southern California, where most of the buildings are built to withstand a 7 magnitude quake. Whit.
And we hope that remains the case. Matt Gutman, thank you. Also breaking tonight, the deadly plane crash on I-75 near Naples, Florida. At least 2 people killed. The pilot unable to reach the airport, reporting that the private jet lost both engines coming down on the highway during rush hour. The plane bursting into flames, 3 survivors escaping the wreckage. Here's ABC's Victor Oquendo.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Tonight, that private jet engulfed in flames after crashing onto a busy Florida highway. A massive fireball in the middle of the afternoon rush. At least 2 people killed.
We're clear to land, but we're not going to make the runway. We've lost both engines.
Oh, there goes the wing. Yeah.
Both engines failing on final approach just seconds before landing around 3 p.m. near Naples. Authorities saying 5 people were on board, 2 did not survive. Miraculously, 3 escaping with their lives.
It took the top of that truck.
The jet, a Bombardier Challenger 600, slamming into the southbound lanes of I-75 and colliding with a vehicle, leaving behind this fiery debris.
The barrier wall had a hole in it, was charred from fire and smoke.
Joe Robinson watching in horror.
As I passed by the crash, I could feel the heat from it. As I was driving by from the opposite side of the highway, It seemed pretty catastrophic, pretty intense.
How are you hurting? If those guys are okay, or what's going on? I can't tell you for sure, but it didn't look good just due to the smoke.
Flight records show the plane took off from Columbus, Ohio, scheduled for Naples Airport. The crash causing major traffic delays, authorities shutting down a stretch of I-75 as the investigation gets underway. The plane crashed just 2 miles from the airport. Tonight, the NTSB is investigating what may have caused those engines to fail.
Victor Oquendo with those late details tonight. Thank you. We move on now to President Biden, furious and fighting back against a special counsel report, clearing him over his handling of classified documents, but raising more questions about his age and mental acuity. The White House now trying to control the damage over what is already a key campaign issue. Here's ABC's chief White House correspondent, Mary Brice.
Tonight, sources tell ABC News President Biden is fuming over the special counsel report that's raising new questions about his age and mental acuity. But in front of cameras today, Biden tight-lipped. Special counsel Robert Hur's report cleared Biden legally, concluding he should not face charges for his handling of classified material. One of the reasons Biden would likely present himself to a jury, as he did during our interview of him, as a sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. Biden firing back.
I'm well-meaning and I'm an elderly man and I know what the hell I'm doing.
The president angry and emotional at Hur's claim that in his interview, Biden did not remember, even within several years, when his son Beau died.
How in the hell dare he raise that? Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business.
Today, the White House launched a full-throated attack on the special counsel, who once served as a U.S. attorney appointed by Donald Trump. First, it was Vice President Kamala Harris taking aim, asked by our Selena Wang.
The comments that were made by that prosecutor, gratuitous, inaccurate, and inappropriate. The way that the president's demeanor in that report was characterized could not be more wrong on the facts and clearly politically motivated, gratuitous.
The spokesman for the White House counsel repeatedly attacking Robert Hur, questioning his motives for highlighting the president's memory lapses.
We're in a very pressurized political environment, and when you are the first special counsel in history not to indict anybody, there is pressure to criticize and to make, statements that maybe otherwise you wouldn't make.
Mary Brice joining us now from the White House. And Mary, Team Biden clearly on the defensive tonight, but this issue is not going away.
It sure is not. In fact, recent polling shows that voters are still deeply concerned about the president's age, including a majority of Democrats. And people are taking note of the president's public appearances. He's decided to forego this weekend's traditional Super Bowl interview and the chance to reach that massive audience. But the campaign is brushing off these concerns. They argue that voters have already made up their minds about the president's age.
Mary Brice, thank you. Here in New York City, late word tonight of an arrest for the shooting of a tourist inside a store in Times Square. A 15-year-old from Venezuela accused of shoplifting, opening fire, then taking aim at officers while fleeing the scene. Here's ABC's senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky.
Tonight, a 15-year-old who police called armed and dangerous has been caught after allegedly shooting a tourist in Times Square.
In less than 24 hours, our teams removed a very, very violent subject that had zero reservations about firing shots and endangering our great public.
Jesus Figueroa was apprehended in Yonkers less than 24 hours after police say he opened fire on officers and fled. Authorities say Figueroa was shoplifting Thursday evening at this sporting goods store. Surveillance video shows a female security guard confronting him in the lobby and yanking back the stolen items before the teen in white turns and pulls out a gun.
My suspect takes out a .45 caliber handgun, a very large handgun, shoots at her into a crowd, striking a female tourist from Brazil.
The shooter takes off on foot. When officers give chase, he fires at them twice.
We heard a pop back there.
The teen then dumps his jacket and ducks into the subway. Tonight, the tourist struck in the leg, telling our station WABC, I leave Brazil, which is a dangerous place, to come here. Now I'm a little scared. The shooting follows the assault on police captured on body camera outside a migrant shelter in Times Square nearly 2 weeks ago. 7 people face charges. Police still looking for some of the suspects.
We are going to pursue anyone that commits a crime, if they are long-standing New Yorkers or if they are new arrivals.
The 15-year-old arrived in the U.S. from Venezuela in September. He'd been staying at a city-run migrant shelter in Witt. Police believe he may have been involved in a recent shooting in Midtown Manhattan and a robbery up in the Bronx. Witt.
Aaron Katersky for us tonight. Thank you. Now to the urgent manhunt for a suspect wanted for shooting and killing a sheriff's deputy during a traffic stop in Maryville, Tennessee. That's just outside Knoxville. Authorities releasing an image of the suspect taken from the deputy's body camera. They say he refused to get out of his vehicle. A taser had no effect. The suspect then pulling out a gun and opening fire, killing one deputy and wounding another. The suspect's vehicle later found abandoned. Next tonight, tracking a new winter storm forming in the west. 10 states under alerts for heavy snow and rain from Montana to Texas. 2 rare winter tornadoes in the Midwest as well, including a confirmed EF2 touching down in Evansville, Wisconsin. Dozens of homes and buildings damaged or destroyed, the tornadoes hitting on an unusually warm day. And that record heat extending from Chicago to the Northeast this weekend with a major winter blast right behind it. Let's get right to ABC's senior meteorologist Rob Marciano. And Rob, some big changes on the way, too.
Yeah, Whit, and that tornado that far north, that winter warmth, certainly a signal of climate change. But we are going to see colder air come back in, beginning with the Mountain West. A couple of disturbances will ride a strong jet stream. We've got winter storm watches up for the high plains. Denver will probably see some snow as well. And as this thing comes into the plains, it'll bring some heavy rain, it looks like, through the Mid-South and then head into the Mid-Atlantic. The next one coming down the pike, that one's stronger. That will drag some snow into North Texas and likely some severe storms across Louisiana and Arkansas. Ahead of that is where the warmth is. 70s, 60s in D.C., records possible, 50s in Boston and in New York, but colder air sinking in on Monday as this next system comes in Monday, Tuesday. The potential for significant snow along I-95 certainly points inland. Details still to come on that. Whit.
We'll enjoy the warmth while we get it. All right, Rob, thank you. We move on now to the Israel-Hamas war. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu signaling a new escalation of attacks in Gaza, ordering the evacuation of civilians from Rafah, where more than 1 million people have fled for shelter. President Biden criticizing Israel, calling its actions in Gaza over the top. ABC's James Longman in Israel again tonight.
Tonight, fresh horror in the last remaining refuge for Palestinians in Gaza. Israeli bombs raining down on Rafah today. This baby pulled from the rubble alive. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordering civilians to evacuate Rafah, the southernmost city in Gaza, where more than 1 million Palestinians were told to flee for safety. But it's unclear where they'd go. Many, like Philistine Jamal Abdel-Hamid, now crammed into tent cities.
We've been suffering for more than 5 months. The place they said was safe, they entered it. There's no safe place, Philistine says.
Israel claiming it must destroy 4 Hamas battalions still in Rafah. Hamas now says the Gaza death toll has soared to nearly 28,000 people. President Biden offering his sharpest criticism of Israel yet.
The conduct of the response in Gaza, in the Gaza Strip, has been over the top.
And tonight, ABC News has learned one of the Israeli hostages held in Gaza may have been killed in an Israeli airstrike. Israel telling the family of 53-year-old Yossi Sharabi he likely died when a building adjacent to an IDF target collapsed.
And a big question tonight, Whit, where are the more than 1 million people who are in Rafah supposed to go? They've already been forced to move multiple times, but the US says a full-scale military operation in Rafah would be a disaster. Whit?
James Longman, our thanks to you tonight. The Pentagon is identifying the 5 Marines killed when their helicopter crashed in dangerous weather, flying from the Las Vegas area to San Diego. Lance Corporal Donovan Davis, Sergeant Alec Langan, Captain Benjamin Moulton, Captain Jack Casey, and Captain Miguel Nava. Their Super Stallion chopper going down in the mountains in Southern California during a training flight. The crash is now under investigation. News tonight on the American economy and the stock market on a record run. The S&P 500 gaining 28 points, closing above 5,000 points for the first time ever. It's notched 10 all-time highs so far this year, and it's up 14 of the past 15 weeks, something that hasn't happened since 1972. When we come back, a father fighting a man who tries to take his child, the shocking images, and our Will Reeve in Las Vegas with a bird's eye view for the Super Bowl. Next tonight, a father fights off a man who tried to take his child from a store in Miami Beach. The whole thing caught on camera. Police reviewing this video showing the suspect grabbing the 4-year-old. That father then jumping into action, fighting the man as the child runs back to his mother. The suspect was arrested and the boy is okay. When we come back, a stolen plane going down on a beach. To the index now, and a suspect is under arrest after a small plane went down on a Bay Area beach. Police say that plane was stolen from a nearby airport in Palo Alto. When officers approached, it was empty. The suspect, a Florida man, was walking nearby. He was taken into custody and charged with theft of an airplane. When we come back, the Super Bowl excitement from the big game to who may surprise us during the halftime show. Finally tonight, the Super Bowl just 2 days away. Excitement building in Las Vegas, where the big game is being held for the first time. The reigning champs, the Chiefs, facing a big threat from the 49ers. And the big question, where will Taylor Swift be watching this game? Here's Will Reeve.
Tonight, the countdown's on. Less than 48 hours till kickoff. Super Bowl 58.
The 49ers are going to the Super Bowl.
The San Francisco 49ers and the reigning champs, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kelsey for the touchdown.
The two quarterbacks facing off. Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs in his 4th Super Bowl in 5 years. Against the 49ers, Brock Purdy, the very last pick in the 2022 NFL Draft.
All of the strain, the stress is to get to this moment.
And all you can do is just try to be your best every single game, every single day, and that's what I try to do.
Las Vegas hosting its first ever Super Bowl. Security tight.
We're right above Allegiant Stadium right there. That is where the game is going to be played, and this is how they're keeping the game and the city safe.
The average ticket going for nearly $9 grand on resale sites.
Are you going to the game?
We're trying.
Geraldo and Trina Carrier from Cleveland.
Fans, different teams coming together. Yes, I love it.
Before kickoff Sunday, a moment to watch for. 6 months this week since the catastrophic fires on Maui. The Lahaina Luna high school football team.
1, 2, 3, Lunas!
ABC News has followed their whole season. The NFL selecting the team and their coaches as honorary captains. They'll be at midfield for the coin toss.
Super thankful for all that they've done for us and have given to us. It means a whole lot to everyone.
At halftime, Usher and perhaps some guests. He just hinted there may be. But the big question tonight, will Taylor Swift make it to the Super Bowl? She's got a show in Tokyo the night before. Chiefs star tight end Travis Kelce proud of what they share and who they are.
We love to shine light on others, shine light around the people that help and support us. And on top of that, we feel like we both have just a love for life.
No word yet from Taylor, but if her final Tokyo show ends at 9:15 local time like it did last night, she'll be able to fly here in plenty of time for kickoff. Whit.
Tracking Taylor's arrival and tracking the game. Will Reeve for us in Vegas. Thank you so much. I'm Whit Johnson in New York. I'll see you on GMA in the morning. For David and all of us here, have a great night.
Thank you for making World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.